On Thursday, November 27, 2024, Syrian rebels launched a surprise offensive that shocked the country. For many years, the Assad regime has contained these armed groups to the northwestern province of Idlib. That changed on Thursday, as the rebels advanced to take over territory outside Idlib province. The Idlib Governorate, or province, is seen here. Since 2016, when Assad and foreign forces loyal to him pushed the rebels out of large swaths of their territory, this is where they fled to. Up until now, Assad has maintained control over most of the country while continuing to put pressure on the rebels in Idlib. In Syria, there are many different armed groups fighting the Assad regime and each other. The Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, or HTS, is the major group behind this renewed offensive push. This group has had a long and consequential history in the Syrian conflict. Formerly known as Al-Nusra Front, the group has been designated as a terrorist organization by some Western powers, including the US. The HTS has been the dominant group ruling over Idlib province. While the group has had past ties to Islamic terrorism, in recent years the leaders have publicly condemned Islamic terrorism. The group has turned away from its radical Islamic roots, but retains its conservative foundations. The group's largely technocratic government have called themselves the Salvation Government. The Salvation Government has worked closely with the UN and international aid organizations to support the millions of Syrians living under their control. While the early forms of this rebel group were designated terrorists, the group has also received significant backing from Turkey, whose main objectives are to keep the group afloat to stop any potential refugee crisis into Turkey. The Turkish government believes that if the HTS government were to fall, a stream of refugees would flood into Turkey's southern border. The HTS has made several huge steps toward evolving itself into a potential contender to take over if Assad were to fall. One other major evolution of the Salvation Government that helped its swift advances in Syria is its openness to cooperate with other rebel groups, like the Syrian National Army, or SNA, backed by Turkey. While both of these two groups receive backing by Turkey, they have had an uneasy relationship in the past, often fighting each other over territory, allowing Assad to beat them back. This newfound unity amongst these rebel groups has allowed them to focus on Assad, and Assad only. Because the HTS and SNA are both backed by Turkey, they have been known to engage with the Kurdish forces in northeastern Syria. Turkey fears that if the Kurdish rebels in Syria win, it will trigger unrest in Turkey's own Kurdish areas in the south. But this time something different has been happening. Both the SNA and the HTS have avoided large-scale clashes with the Kurds like in the past. Instead, they are focused on Assad's forces. On Saturday, the Syrian rebels entered and captured Aleppo, Syria's second-largest city. The capture of Aleppo took only a matter of hours with minimal government resistance. The rebels captured the airport and the surrounding towns. Aleppo had been firmly in government hands since their 2016 victory there. The rebels' quick victory has shocked the nation and the world due to the sheer lightning speed of the collapse of Syria's front lines in the north. Russia has responded with deadly airstrikes in the HTS-held city of Idlib. These airstrikes have reportedly killed 400 rebels, according to the Syrian armed forces. The strikes have also killed numerous civilians in the area. Syrians have toppled a statue of Assad's brother in Aleppo, showing long-standing anger at the government. A Syrian military commander has said that the rebels have attacked in large numbers and from multiple directions. The HTS has also captured the city of Merit, in Idlib, bringing the whole province under rebel control. In Aleppo, they swiftly advanced to Hama, another major city in Syria. The city of Hama has a very important significance to the Syrian opposition. In 1982, al-Assad's father, Hafez, who was president at the time, ordered the killing of members of the Muslim Brotherhood, who were based in Hama. Members of the Muslim Brotherhood fought back, and Hafez ordered a brutal bombing campaign that has since become known as the 1982 Hama Massacre. It is estimated that between 10,000 to 40,000 Syrians died in the attack. On Thursday, December 5th, the HTS entered the city of Hama with little government resistance. This latest capture has thrown Assad's forces into disarray, as they hurriedly retreat to regroup. To Assad, this represents a serious blow to his once iron grip on the country. To the rebels, this is a great and symbolic victory against a regime that has brutally repressed any opposition for decades. The HTS is expected to attack the city of Homs next, which is the last city on the highway to Damascus. After Homs, it's a clear path to the capital. As of the moment, it is currently unknown how Syria or its foreign backers will respond to this growing insurgency. The rebels have appeared to have caught government forces completely off guard. Because of the recent capture of a government airfield in Hama, the rebels could very soon have airplanes and helicopters in the sky. The situation on the ground has proved to be fluid. As of Friday, December 6th, the conflict map looks like this. The Kurds control most of the northeast, while the HTS and other groups control the northwest. The rebels' swift takeover of northwestern Syria may be attributed to one reason: that the government and its foreign allies just got distracted. Perhaps Syria's largest and most important backer is Russia. Russia has been supplying troops, weapons, and most importantly, airstrikes to aid the Syrian government for years. But now, Putin is laser-focused on the war in Ukraine and isn't likely to move men and weapons from Ukraine to help Syria. Another important backer is Iran. While Iran has pumped up the regime since the civil war started, they too got distracted. With the war in Gaza and a renewed threat from Israel, the Iranians seem to have moved on to bigger priorities. Another key Assad ally, Hezbollah, has just recently found itself seriously weakened by the Israelis. Like Iran, Hezbollah has seen itself focusing largely on the conflict in Gaza and maintaining operations against Israel. It will be interesting to see how the situation plays out in recent days. As of now, the rebels are poised to take Homs and continue to Damascus. Only time will tell if the Syrian military can recover quick enough to defend itself, like before, or will the army crumble from its numerous internal divisions and low morale. It is unknown if Iran, Russia, or Hezbollah will send troops or weapons to aid the government.